A Cable from the future wants to kill a fat kid, and Deadpool has to assemble a team to stop him. Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Deadpool 2, the sequel, the highly awaited sequel to Deadpool. I just finished watching that bad boy, the super cut actually, the super duper cut, not the regular cut. It's like the extended cut where there's like 10 minutes of extra footage or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, welcome to my review of Deadpool 2. Man, am I excited to do this review, and I'm starting this off because I realized this only after the reviews were up, that I forgot to talk about Blind Al. I actually learned about it while watching Deadpool 2. I was like, oh wait, I forgot in the first one to talk about Blind Al. So let's just get that out of the way first of all. She's a blind woman who is just basically Deadpool's roommate while he works up the courage to talk to Vanessa. And she's in this movie to once again just be in it, just like the rest of the cast. We have the returning cast of Deadpool, who is once again fantastic as always. We got Dopinder, who is back as Dopinder doing Dopinder things. We have Vanessa, who is back as well. We have Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who to me doesn't really leave an impression in neither movies. The only thing that I really remember from her, that's also why I didn't really talk about her in the spoiler-free review, where it's like, yeah, the only thing I really remember is the fact that Deadpool's like, that's the coolest name ever, and it's like, that's it. And also, obviously, we have Deadpool's true lover, Colossus, back in the movie as well, being Colossus once again. Fantastic. So let's talk about, instead of talking about all the old characters who are still the same as the old characters, let's talk about the new characters, shall we? Let's talk about the big man himself. Cable's in this movie, which I guess at the end of Deadpool 1, the post-credit scene is like Deadpool being like, what are you still doing here? We don't have money or for like a post-credit scene. But he did name drop Cable, so I guess it was kind of a tease for Deadpool 2 because Cable's here and he's awesome. He is not a jokey character at all. He is the most serious character ever. You know, he's like taken from the DC extended universe. But he is great. Josh Brolin kills it as him. I mean, this man got to play Cable and he got to play Thanos. Like, what? This is awesome. But like I said, he kills it as Cable. He does a really good job. However, I want to say something right now. This is just a me thing. I'm going to go in a little bit of a ranty thing. So, I apologize if you're not really up for that. However, so if this is part of the X-Men movie franchise, Dark Phoenix isn't canon. Because we all know Cable is the son of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. And at the end of Dark Phoenix, Jean Grey dies. So, there you go. It's a little bit of a thing that I wanted to say. Because I still don't know if it's canon or not. Also, I'm going to do a little bit of a spoilery thing. It's not much of a spoiler, but it's just a little bit of a thing. Because, like, Cable comes from the future. And he comes to our time. And he's like, what year is it? And then kills the guys before they can answer. I'm like, okay, yeah, that kind of just... Because I don't know when this is supposed to take place. Because, in a sense, this movie, it takes place 2 years after the last movie. But when did the last movie take place? That is the annoying part here. Because of one scene that I'll talk about in the spoiler section. If we have to take that scene seriously or not. Just like the ending of the end credits of the movie. If we should take that seriously as well. Anyway, next up, next character that we have, like I said, Cable. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic casting, love him. I really hope he's in Deadpool and Wolverine, because at the moment, I don't know if he's going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. I would love to see Cable in Deadpool and Wolverine. But I think in that one scene, in the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, where you have, like, the Deadpool cast, I don't think Cable's in there, so I don't know if he's gonna be in in Deadpool and Wolverine. Because I think they wanted to do more with Cable, like in future movies. I heard something about that after this movie came out. Now, obviously, any plan that they had for a future for anything has been killed, basically, because the Fox X-Men movies do not exist anymore. So any future movie about, like, even if they were like, yeah, hey, in the future we're gonna do like a solo Cable movie, that doesn't exist anymore. So, but I don't know. Maybe Cable's in future movies. Next up, we have another new character who is Russell the Kid, a Fire Fist. Cable comes back in time to kill him, and to be honest, he has a good actor. I like the kid. You know, he does a really good job, and you can sympathize with him, which is the #1 thing that I would like to give this movie. That the villains, in that sense, like every character kind of just, you know, you're starting to feel like bad for them. You get why they do it. It's not like the first movie where Ajax is just the bad guy because the movie needs a bad guy. Like I forgave that for the first movie, but I would not have forgiven that in the second movie. And Cable has a storyline to him. You have like Russell, who has a storyline to him, and those you could kind of see as some of the bad guys, kind of, but not really, but kind of. And then finally, I guess the one that I could talk about without. Also, we have Yukio in the movie. She is a different person, I guess, than from the Wolverine. However, this can technically be explained by timeline foolery from X-Men Days Future Past, because the Deadpool movies are in. If the Deadpool movies are part of the X-Men canon, then these movies take place in the timeline of like post X-Men Days Future Past, so in the Apocalypse timeline in that sense. So Yukio can be different. But yeah, Yukio is in this movie. She doesn't really do much outside of being like, hi, wait. She's just like, I don't know, like a cute girl. That's about all she is. So if we're all done with the other... All right, we have Peter. Peter, the great Peter himself is in this movie. Who is just a joke character. But I love how jokey he is. However, the final character that we can really talk about is Domino. God, these names, I swear. Zazie Beats, okay? Olivia, thank you. You have a middle name that is normal. Thank you. Olivia, who plays Domino. And I will say this was great casting. While I don't specifically like the look, because Domino in the comics is more of a pale character. You know, kind of like how Gamora is like a green character. They could have easily just taken this actress and put like pale makeup on her to make her look like Michael Jackson. But then, you know, attractive instead of Michael Jackson. But they could have done something like that. But no, they just gave her the black eye thing that she has. But overall, the actress does a fantastic job as Domino. And she is great in this movie. I will say that. I really enjoyed her interactions with Deadpool, basically, especially because the fact that her power relies entirely on luck, which Deadpool isn't really the biggest fan of or doesn't really believe. How is luck a good power? I mean, that's not gonna be really cinematic, that stuff. But Domino was great. The cast is great. However, if we must do complaining, once again, this time they fixed the villains though, so I have nothing really to complain about there. Comedy-wise though, it's still the same as like the first movie, so if you liked the comedy in the first movie, you're gonna like it here. If you didn't, then you're not gonna like it here. However, the thing that is a bit of an annoyance is we got some retreads. Now, there are things in this movie where it's like, oh look, Deadpool lost a hand in the last movie. Let's do something similar but kind of different in this movie. And so it's like, wait a minute. That happened in the last movie. Especially kind of watching these two like so close together back. Because like these two movies came out like 2 years apart. So in 2 years, if you don't rewatch the movie, you're not necessarily going to notice it. But watching it back to back, it's like, wait a minute. They just redid that again. And they even make a joke about lazy writing twice. But that does not excuse the lazy writing that is in this movie. But the deja vu stuff did not really bother me as much. I found it different enough. Or it's like, you know, there are other things to like about the movie. Now, the thing is, I like this movie more than the last one. But quality-wise, this one is not as good as the last one. The last one is a better movie, but I like this one more. I found the jokes landed a lot more for me personally. And there were just certain things that just like Cable, for example, and Domino, which like elevate the movie. But I will say this, it is not as good as the first movie. So let's just jump straight into final verdict. So my final verdict for Deadpool 2 is not going to be a 10 out of 10. But sadly, instead, is going to be a 9 out of 10. I still enjoyed this, but it's not like, you know, like a high 9. It's just like a 9 out of 10. Where it's like, yeah, you barely made it to a 9 out of 10. But because I'm me, I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10. Technically, I feel like you should be more of an 8. But I'm going to give you that 9 out of 10. Because I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm very excited for Deadpool and Wolverine as well. But not everything is like perfect. And I can understand where people would be like, yeah, but this movie is just not really that good. If the retreads annoy you too much. Oh, also, TJ Miller is back as Weasel. And he is just like the first movie. So, thank you all so very much for watching. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this movie. Let me know your opinions. Do you like Deadpool 2? Do you hate Deadpool 2? Are you more in the middle of Deadpool 2? What are your thoughts? Are you like me, who's like, this movie is good, but like it's not as good as the first movie, but you enjoy watching it more than the first movie because, you know, the studio actually gave this one a budget? Because that's kind of where I feel like, because this one had like $110 million budget, so basically double the budget of the last movie. which meant that they were able to do crazy stuff and still not even gonna come close to Marvel movies nowadays budget. So let me then know down below what your guys' thoughts are. But with that being said, if you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new or if you've not done so already, turn on notifications, and don't forget to check out the Let's Play channel, Assassin's Prime 5, link to the description and at the end of the video. I do Let's Plays there for Pokemon, Ratchet & Clank, and Nier, but I got like GTA planned in the future. The Deadpool game, the footage that you're seeing right now will also be in the future. I also have like some God of War stuff. I already did a lot of God of War stuff, but I have some more planned in the future. Assassin's Creed is on that channel, so there is fun to be had, and we're gonna have a lot of fun at the end of this year with some of the new releases. But that has been the review of Deadpool 2, and whenever I see Deadpool and Wolverine, I shall be reviewing that one as well. So I'll see you then. Bye.